The war between Russia and Ukraine, raging since February 2022, has shown the world how both militaries have resorted to old World War II and Cold War-era weaponry and makeshift tools or vehicles to gain the upper hand on the battlefield. The Ukrainian forces' impressive resourcefulness can be seen in their unconventional and unique-looking Mad Max-style civilian vehicles that they have modified to fend off the waves of Russian infantry and armor. These heavily armed trucks, paying homage to the classic 1980s series of movies of an apocalyptic future, are fitted with all sorts of salvaged guns and improvised armor Ukraine has crossed paths upon to fight the enemy. While Ukraine is constantly receiving new armored vehicles from Western nations, these Mad Max vehicles remain the backbone of the ground forces. Humble technicals or pickup trucks have been fitted with side armor, machine guns, drones, and even missile launchers to support infantry units with additional firepower during firefights against the Russian forces. Ukraine's use of technology demonstrates a high level of adaptability and innovation in warfare. By modifying civilian vehicles, they can quickly deploy and adapt to changing battlefield conditions. The most significant benefit of these Mad Max vehicles is their cost-effectiveness, allowing for more units to be deployed and increasing the overall firepower and flexibility of the Ukrainian forces. The presence of these agile and heavily armed Mad Max vehicles has led to several routes of Russian troops since the war began in February 2022, showcasing the psychological impact and strategic advantage they provide, which is a fascinating aspect of the conflict. Their unpredictability and speed make them challenging for hostile units without proper armor support. According to Ukrainian sources, the most desired vehicles for these unique conversions are the Toyota Hilux, the Ford Ranger, and the Mitsubishi L200. Once a vehicle is received, it is fitted with armor plates and a special weapon kit that can be a simple heavy machine gun to a Javelin anti-tank rocket system or a drone package. Ukrainian innovation knows no limits, and footage taken from the combat zone has also shown these Mad Max vehicles armed with ZPU-1 anti-aircraft guns developed during the 1950s. The Ukrainian government has displayed the power of these vehicles on multiple occasions, with footage of technicals fitted with S-8 aircraft missiles taking down Russian Ka-52 helicopters and other enemy aircraft. One could only wonder what other modified vehicles Ukraine would develop next as the war drags on and more resources are available to the military. Ukrainian innovation has not been limited to arming civilian vehicles for combat operations. Enter the STNA, Ukraine's homemade anti-tank missile that has been decimating all sorts of Russian armor since the outbreak of the war. Also known as the SCIF, this anti-tank guided missile, or ATGM, was developed by the Luch Design Bureau in Ukraine and was designed to engage and destroy modern armored targets, including those with explosive reactive, or ERA. Although the 200-pound STNA is less advanced and portable than the iconic Javelin ATGM, it is 3 times cheaper. It also has a more extended range of over 5 kilometers due to its laser-guided system with a semi-automatic command to line-of-sight or SACLOS guidance. Unlike other ATGMs that require the operator to remain exposed, the STNA can be operated remotely from a safe distance. This significantly reduces the risk to the operator, but the target must be kept in sight until the impact is reached. The 3-man crew can easily mount it on its tripod with a laptop-like control system directly connected to the SCIF by a 50-meter-long cable. A unique feature of this remote system is the STNA's capability to record the destruction of its objectives, which soldiers and the government have exploited for propaganda to boost the nation's morale. The SCIF is also equipped with a tandem charge heat, or high-explosive anti-tank warhead, capable of penetrating up to 800 millimeters of rolled homogeneous armor behind the explosive reactive armor of Russian tanks. In other words, the SCIF's 130mm RK-2S missile can penetrate the frontal armor of Russia's best tanks, such as the T-90A, T-80U, and T-72B3. To accomplish this, the missile is designed to descend from a height of 10 meters and target the thinner upper armor of an enemy tank. The 152mm caliber RK-2M missile can penetrate thicker armor with over 10% more speed and lethality if that isn't sufficient. Besides the tandem charge heat warhead, high explosive fragmentation and thermobaric warheads are available, making the system versatile against different targets, not just armored vehicles and common fortifications. This versatility provides a sense of reassurance about the system's effectiveness. Western allies have praised the system's accuracy and effectiveness in neutralizing enemy armor. Videos of its successful engagements have been widely circulated, showcasing its capabilities. Ukrainian forces have extensively used the STNA P in the ongoing conflict with Russia. Its ability to be operated remotely from a safe distance remains a significant advantage in all combat situations. While the American Javelin is known for its fire-and-forget capability, allowing the operator to move immediately after firing, the STNA P's remote operation feature provides a unique tactical advantage by keeping the operator safe. Compared to the Russian Kornet, known for its long range and powerful warhead, the STNA P offers similar capabilities with the added benefit of remote operation. As the war drags on, the STNA P will continue being the vanguard of all military operations and frontline units, given its proven success against every armored vehicle the Russian armed forces have deployed to the front. The Ukrainians have fearlessly defended themselves with makeshift innovations against the imposing Russian armored vehicles, achieving great success. Their triumphs with their improvised Mad Max vehicles and the powerful homemade STNA P missile are about to experience a meteoric streak thanks to their latest battlefield acquisition, the legendary MIM-23 Hawk missile system. This powerful Cold War system has been going strong since its introduction over 60 years ago, a testament to its lethal capabilities against enemy air assets. The American medium-range air defense system was first deployed during the Cuban Missile Crisis of 1962 and saw widespread use during the Vietnam War, from 1965 to 1975. Where it was heavily used to take down Soviet-made MiG fighters employed by the North Vietnamese military. Since then, the Hawk has undergone several upgrades that have extended its service to other conflicts of the late 20th century. And now, it is Ukraine's turn to test the Hawk after Spain, and Sweden announced they would donate several launchers. Hawk is an acronym that stands for Homing All the Way Killer. Despite being older technology, the Hawk system remains valuable for Ukraine due to its ability to intercept drones and missiles with semi-active radar homing, or SARH. This system uses semi-active radar homing, or SARH, where a passive seeker on the missile locks onto the reflected radar waves of an aircraft illuminated by an active radar on the ground. The Ukrainian Hawks are the Phase 3 model, featuring upgrades such as rotating search radars and illuminator Doppler radars for better detection and guidance. It also comprises solid-state electronics and a new thermal electro-optical sight for optimal visual range engagements. All these enhancements allow the Phase 3 Hawk to engage up to 12 targets simultaneously, drastically increasing the odds of destroying an entire Russian air unit venturing into a Ukrainian sector with several Hawk systems. Furthermore, the increased hit probability of Phase 3 is 85%, thanks to enhancements in range, blast radius, and resistance to enemy jammers. Ukraine has published plenty of footage of the Hawks in action, striking down fear into the hearts of Russian pilots aboard helicopters and aircraft. Other Hawks have become the protectors of several cities, shooting down Shahed kamikaze drones and Kh-59 missiles, among others. The Hawk missiles are 370 millimeters in diameter and weigh nearly 3/4 of a ton. The propulsion systems can operate for more than 26 seconds, This extended burn time enables the weapons to accelerate beyond Mach 2.4. As a result, they can effectively engage targets at distances up to 35 kilometers from their launch point. The rocket can reach a maximum altitude of 18,000 meters to strike down the latest Russian aircraft available without issues. Nonetheless, the Hawk has its limits and requires a minimum engagement range of over 1.5 kilometers and a minimum altitude of 60 meters to detect and engage a target. Overall, the venerated Vietnam War-era Hawk III is a welcome addition to the Ukrainian arsenal. It will continue every type of air munitions and aircraft Russia dispatches to the front lines. Although the American Hawk has bolstered Ukraine's defenses against Russian air threats, the United States has also provided the freedom fighters with state-of-the-art offensive capabilities in the form of a new strike drone. Developed by the United States Air Force and AVEX Aerospace, the Phoenix Ghost drone is a tactical unmanned aerial system, or UAS, specifically designed to meet the needs of Ukrainian forces. The Phoenix Ghost has been designed to deliver an explosive munition to a human-selected target, functioning similarly to a loitering munition. Although the nature of the drone remains classified, it has been compared to the Switchblade drone already employed by Ukraine, but with some differences in dimensions, speed, and strike package. Like most explosive drones, the Phoenix Ghost is a single-use, low-cost drone that can perform vertical takeoff and loiter over a specific area for up to 6 hours, providing surveillance and targeting capabilities to Ukrainian operators surveying the surroundings in search of an enemy tank or an infantry formation. The Switchblade drones, in contrast, can loiter between 15 to 60 minutes before striking their target with lethal precision. The ongoing conflict between Russia and Ukraine has already displayed the sheer effectiveness of these kamikaze drones that have put out of commission hundreds of armored vehicles from both countries. Given the disparity of numbers in tanks and other armored vehicles, the Phoenix Ghost drones carry particularly effective anti-tank explosives against medium armored vehicles. To bolster their effectiveness in combat, the drones are equipped with infrared sensors for night operations. According to Pentagon Press Secretary John Kirby, the drone, quote, was developed for a set of requirements that very closely match what the Ukrainians need right now in Donbass. As of 2024, Russia has lost over 8,000 armored vehicles, including over 600 main battle tanks. These numbers may indicate that the Phoenix Ghost drone and its secretive nature are indeed being put to good use to eliminate the enemy with power and precision.